Hey guys, welcome back. It's Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we haven't done any Ghostbusters videos in like a month because I don't know if there's really been a lot of Ghostbusters news.
Well, there was a thing going down when you were away where apparently Jason Reitman was talking about how he wanted to make a film for the old fans, and apparently some people on Twitter were having meltdowns because they that automatically meant old fans meant men. So you know, women. I'm totally serious.
Oh my
you
God.
know, women were not the old fans. You know, they only liked the female version because they could not possibly like the original that they grew up with and might personally enjoy. So there was some stuff going down with that.
Well, yeah, and I think that there's a lot of people that are a little hurt that they're essentially erasing Ghostbusters 2016, but Melissa McCarthy is apparently not one of those people. You think she would be upset because we know Leslie Jones was upset and she was blaming Trump and all this other weirdness for...
She did backpedal on that.
She did backpedal on it, but Melissa McCarthy has said a few things, and she actually sounds like she's in support of Ghostbusters 3.
Well, she's being a professional, which is what you'd expect.
Melissa McCarthy would like to have a cameo or would like to continue to work in Hollywood.
Or good relations with people, yeah.
Right. You don't want to, what was the saying? You don't poop where you eat.
Don't poop where you eat, yeah.
You don't poop where you eat. So she is not pooping where she eats. Ghostbusters, Melissa McCarthy reacts to upcoming film coming from CBR.com. Following news that Jason Reitman will helm Ghostbusters 3, Melissa McCarthy, who starred as Abby Yates in the 2016 reboot, has reacted to the new film, giving it her seal of approval. "I'm for anybody who's making movies," McCarthy told Entertainment Weekly. "I talked to Jason about it. He's just always had this idea, and his goes back to the world where the guys did exist. I'm like, I want to see that. I'm all for it. I say, like, tell the story." McCarthy isn't the first person involved with the reboot to give Reitman's film their blessing. Director Paul Feig said earlier this week he can't wait to see Reitman's take on the Ghostbusters universe. However, Leslie Jones, who played Batty Tolan in the film, reacted much more negatively, saying it's like something Trump would do.
Yeah, she did backpedal on that. But it is nice to see that people are coming in and saying it because, you know, I don't understand why it means that it makes, you know what I mean? I don't understand why it's a problem. I still understand why going back to the original is suddenly a bad thing. I just don't get it.
Why going back to the franchise that made people fall in love with Ghostbusters in the first place, going back to that timeline. Because look, you know, I mean, there are people who defend the 2016 reboot, and I'm not saying it was a complete bust, no pun intended, but,
sorry.
You know, I think most people felt that a reboot, you know, whether it's all women or not, was just it was a bad idea. Ghostbusters is not a franchise that most people want to see rebooted. I mean, they just don't.
They would have liked to have seen it. If they did do something, they would have liked to have seen it as a sequel where it's somehow tied to the original. I think people would have been much more accepting of that. Even though even that, people are kind of like, we don't need that either. I think people would have been more accepting of that than, we're just going to completely reboot it and make it all women because it was all men the first time.
Yeah, so it did. I mean, then again, this comes down to kind of the situation we talk about all the time on this channel with She-Ra and Captain Marvel, where the marketing is actually doing more damage than the product itself. And the product itself might be fine, ish. It might be. Okay, I'm not even gonna make an excuse.
In this case, even if you got past, I mean, the problem wasn't that there were female Ghostbusters. The problem was that and our son pointed this out to us too. He's like, literally every guy in this movie is either a complete, you know, douchebag or he's an idiot.
Yeah.
So and it was like the whole point was, you know, it wasn't about just like telling a good story and discontinuing Ghostbusters. It was just making sure you knew that men knew their place, women were better, and that's where there was a problem.
Yeah,
just tell a good story. How hard is that?
We're seeing the marketing too, and again, we're seeing a lot of similarities with Captain Marvel to Ghostbusters 2016, where the marketing was basically focused on attacking trolls, attacking the haters.
I think Captain Marvel's worse.
Yeah, Captain Marvel I think is actually worse. And what it did, it bit the film in the ass. I mean, it bit the box office in the ass because people didn't go see it because you know, a lot of the drama associated with it.
Oh my gosh, I just read that last paragraph. You know, about the film, which led to a targeted harassment campaign against Jones. I'm sorry, the stuff that was said was really, really, really shitty. It just was. And you know, what do you think's gonna happen when you say crappy things? Now, of course, they backpedaled on it. I'm sure she had strong feelings in regards to it. I mean, you know, but I'm tired of this whole idea that if you have you continue the old one, that somehow, you know, dissing women or whatever, which is total bullshit. Because only men were old school fans. Oh, hell no. I've been a fan since I was a kid and it was in the theaters. Watched it many, 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 many times.
Yeah.
Stop this stupid fans in quotes.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, this is just going to be more of, hopefully, I would say it's more of the same, but it sounds to me like, either they legit feel this way, which I don't know, or Sony has basically told them, like, please shut your mouths. Please be nice. Please play ball. And what can they say? Ivan Reitman originated Ghostbusters,
right.
with Dan Aykroyd, and you're gonna say that that they can't go back to that universe. His son can't go back to that universe. Right. It was never yours. You were leasing, leasing Ghostbusters, and it was like a Rent-A-Center lease.
I think it's just professionalism. I think it's just the way you act. I mean, I don't always agree with things people say and do, but the professional thing to do in a situation that's in the same industry as me is to be like, okay, well, I'm just going to, go you. Do it,
Right, and if
I guess I'm not very professional because I'm always like, screw that, that's stupid.
I think we're starting to see. I mean, I think Captain Marvel. Personally, I'm starting to think that Captain Marvel is going to be maybe the last of the studios trying to market a movie by insulting people, by alienating people. It depends on how it does at the box office.
We don't even know if it's a good movie or not yet.
No.
I mean, we haven't really seen it yet. We don't know because everybody's getting their back up and going to go see it. I mean, me too. I'm just like, I think that their marketing has just been atrocious, and I really think that actors need to keep their mouths shut. But back to this, I just thought it was nice that she actually, wasn't going to go that way. I give her props for that, like total props for that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good thing. And again, I mean, it's just, if nothing else, it's smart business. If you want Sony to continue to hire you, you probably don't want to piss off the execs at Sony publicly. I mean,
that just bumped her up several notches in my mind. So, because she handled it in such a way, and she's just like, yeah, I heard the idea, I heard him out. It's a really good idea. Not that, that he needed their approval, but you know what I'm saying? It was like, it's nice that they're like, oh, that's a really good idea. I'd like to see that. And it's like, let's be supportive of other ideas that aren't all, one gender or another, that are like a diverse, cast and just fresh ideas. And that's refreshing that there are people supporting new ideas. Imagine that.
Or old ideas.
Old ideas that are going to, you know what I'm saying?
But no, this is good. This is a bit of good news. I'm sure that the crazy train will probably derail before the movie comes out. Maybe not with the actors.
The crazy train.
Maybe not with the actors, but I think social media, I think Twitter, I think Tumblr are gonna have a field day.
I just want the crazy train to go off a cliff and not come back. I mean, that's all I'm saying. You know?
So toot guys. We've got another like year and a half until this movie comes out, and I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of stories about Ghostbusters 3 before it comes out. So please subscribe to Clownfish TV for more pop culture news, views, rants, gaming videos, art videos, and more. This has been Neon and Geeky.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.